I got diagnosed in February 2017, and then the whole journey began with treatment. I met my husband Gary when everybody went to pubs back in the day. We've got 3 children who range from 14 to 5. We just do what normal families do, I guess. I do encourage them to come mountain climbing with me. We've climbed Snowdonia. My little boy climbed Snowdonia when he was 3. I mean, we generally do lots of active things anyway. Even if we're not really doing a lot, we'll always walk the dog. We like to go on bike rides together. For my work, I'm a personal trainer. I have a studio in my back garden and I do sports massage in there and personal training sessions. I was being treated for a ovarian cyst. It got too much, so I took myself to A&E. They had to do an emergency operation to remove it and remove my ovary, and then had to wait really just to see what was going on. Nobody really knew what it was or what they'd taken out. So came home to recover and then got a phone call for reviews, and yeah, they said that I had bowel cancer and that the tumour had burst and it had spread to my lungs and liver. None of my family have ever had anything like that. Yeah, so I was just a bit like, you can't be serious, what are you on about? I was in hospital for quite a bit at the time, which was quite hard for my little one especially. And when I came back from hospital, he wouldn't speak to me for a while because they take it as a rejection, don't they? Where's Mummy been? She hasn't been here looking after me. And I guess you go through a lot of different processes at first. It's, like I say, complete shock, and all you think about is you're going to die. But I think as time goes on and you start to settle into a treatment regime, you start to see things a little differently, and that's when hope comes into it and a bit of fighting spirit and yeah, just getting on with it really. Obviously this morning's a prime example of traffic problems and things. Took hours to get to the hospital. Well, there's nothing worse than waiting to have chemotherapy. So sitting in Cheltenham for 2 hours waiting to have chemotherapy is soul destroying, which is not their fault because they've just got so many patients to see, but it can really delay things and there isn't really much you can do. You just have to wait, and I think of all the other things I could be doing with that time. To get to Stroud is about 15-20 minutes, so it's quite a difference. Plus, you don't have to worry about finding a parking space because my husband just spins around and drops me off. I know that I'll be seen on time on the bus. My husband can take me and just pop off for a coffee or whatever and come back and pick me up. And we can be back sort of within an hour and a half of leaving the house. It's just nice to be able to know that you're going to go in at that time, so I can sort of plan, obviously picking up my children from school usually, or coming back and fitting a client in. You can't suddenly just decide to give up work one day, so it's just nice to know that I can do that and I know that I'll be back at that time. Whereas in Cheltenham, I'd have to get somebody to look after my little boy or go and pick him up from school or be on hand too if they're delayed. So it just allows for a bit more certainty, really, especially where the kids are concerned. I was a bit worried initially because you think, oh, it's going to be really small and compact and everyone's going to like just be there, you know. Sometimes you just want a bit of privacy when you're having medical things done, but it didn't feel like that on board at all. In the hospital they generally put your needles in and whatever, and once you're up and running they'll go off and deal with another patient and possibly in another room, so you can be sat there on your own sometimes. That's not the case on the bus. They'll sit and chat to you, or they're always around, even if they're dealing with a patient just opposite you or whatever. I think it's fantastic to have such a facility and a massive help. I'd be lost without it.